I am pretty sure we're now live. I'm also pretty sure that my mic should be picking up. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, I just heard myself. So what did everyone miss, if anything? I got the magic black sword. It one-shots every enemy in the game. I no longer have a dagger of time, and thus I cannot rewind. I have no sand. Black sword can break doors. There's a crack that fire got through. She theoretically did some platforming here. I'm not quite sure how she climbs up all the way. I think they do try and keep a consistent way of showing off how she would climb it. Like there's cracks in certain relevant places. I don't see them here. Oops. Hey guys. Kick still doesn't kill them. You kidding me? When the enemies get knocked over like that, you actually can't do anything to them. I'm using them. Got a parry on accident. Can't. There's no attack that hits enemies on the ground. Stop kicking, Prince! Why is he only kicking? I'm doing more kicks now than I've ever done in my entire life. What the fuck? They overload the enemies, but like it's not a big deal because of this sword. But it kind of is a big deal because there's no rewinding. Oh yeah, I was saying, you just completely demonstrate that you're not worthy of trust in like that scene where you're standing on top of the hourglass. You completely had the opportunity just to take this entire nightmare, end it, and you don't. And I think Farah decides that the only person she can trust is herself. Which I think is fair. I don't think that scene is really out of nowhere. Here's the final health upgrade in the game. The fact this is so much faster makes me almost wonder if it was like it only ran as slow as it did because of like, whoa, I don't want to say a bug, but like literally lag was the reason I ran it. They ran that slow, and then they like timed the music with the lag or something like that. That'd be really funny. Anyway, some of the hardest platforming is here. And I don't have Dagger of Time for rewind, so I have to be very careful. I don't remember if I'm supposed to jump from here or over there. Whoa. This looks closer, so I'm going to try it. Okay, cool. Sand bats, I see them. They're hanging. I don't trust all the way down. I should have. I should have trusted all the way down.
No, no, no.
I actually do that. That's really cool. I never really thought about it. Damn, back here. The Prince was somewhat risky because he had the backup Dagger of Time to fucking annul any terrible risks he made. But now he's worried for Farah's safety and also wants to get a couple sharp words in with her. And he's risking his life with no safety net constantly in order to reach her. I never even thought about that, but that's actually a really, like, an interesting thing about this scene and the Prince. He's willing to do crazy shit with no safety net to save her. Sand bats go home. really difficult to figure out where you line up with these two pillars. So you just have to kind of trust the devs that the farthest you can go down on this thing is also in line with them. Trusting the devs is like the secret to most of the shit.
No, no, no. That didn't.
Oh, it saved me here. Thank goodness. She's got my sword. What'd she expect to do with that thing?
She must be using a dagger. Farah, be careful!
Don't use up all the sand. What's happening? And the sword is awesome. The only way that enemies cannot die is if they block their hit. Bypasses the entire sand absorbing element, which until this moment I realized was something I was kind of tolerating. I guess I'll save. Save in a new file though. Yeah, final 10% is the black sword.
Done.
I think the final
I'll
save
stop
point is
the
at
story from here
98%.
this time.
You were very well equipped for that fight. It's actually very interesting, the mechanics of the final fight scenes of the game. Okay, I think I can just jump from one to the other. I love the climbing of all this segment. It's fun as hell. Oh no, you don't. What? Okay. I don't follow you this far out, I guess. Did I just double the number of that? That was fast. I think either you can't go this way or it doesn't lead anywhere. Yeah. Imagine how good you'd be at doing shit if you had like a way to rewind time. Even if you lost that way to rewind time, you would have had all that practice. The segment is so cool. Really aggressive platforming with no room for error. An instant kill sword. Making all combat feel like a joke. This fucking big looming emptiness that's the stage now. I was about to agree with Time Magic best power, and then I thought of Final Fantasy Time Mages. I don't have the patience for that shit. That was intentional. Now I'm going down. I don't think these walls could be nearly this far apart, but technically this could probably work to some degree. Fucking sandbag. Do not like those things. Why is he default to kicking so much? I know it's because I'm changing targets and his auto attack for why? Good port. Sometimes enemies just forget that they have hit detection. I love this because these would be some of the hardest fights in the game. And that blue guy's having a bad day. That one also forgot he had hit detection. That guy too. It's also fun from a perspective of how many enemies he's fighting, trying to reach her. I think there's still another one.
Done. I'll start the story from here next time.
Oh yeah, the prince is still telling a story. Easy to forget. I think there's some bats here. I think I'm supposed to go the other way.
Whoa.
Whoa. This environment is so perfect, climbing this ruined tower. I adore it. I don't think I've ever been in here. Like all the time I've played. There's water. Bats, man. I don't want this. Okay, I don't follow you that far. Can't be dealing with this. Remember that being kind of a precise jump. I'm on top of one of these things. Still love this environment. Oh, that one I'm already on the right side. Ta. She's actually fighting these things with my sword, which she can barely hold with fucking 2 hands. I presume she's been able to do it because of the dagger. Rewinding time and shit. Grabs the dagger by the blade.
Farah, no!
Oh, it's misaligned. Wow. Making the scene a bit less touching. Playtest this game. There's no sand in the dagger. This is the only fight in the game where you have both that black sword and the dagger, but unfortunately the dagger has no sand in it. And this is a really hard fight. There's more enemies in this fight than any other fight in the game. And you really wish you had that sand, because you're gonna need rewinding. These enemies block a lot. But you can't knock down enemies, because you used to knock down enemies with like sword swings, and you can only get sand by knocking them down and absorbing them. So what you have to do is you have to rely on enemies to knock each other down, and then you have to use that as your means of getting sand for the dagger, which is a bit silly. But again, off the wall makes this fight easier. I think the devs considered this enemy to be the hardest enemy in the game. You can pretty much only hurt them when they're revving up an attack. That one is bugged. Oh, there's water here, I forgot about that. Trying to get a drink of water is very difficult. Not possible. Might take out a complete one off. It's really easy to take a lot of damage very quickly in this fight. Okay, there's an absorb. Yeah, I got a sand tank. This might be the last one. Wow, that went really fast. This vision is different. She like fell into the treasure room or something. Final save is called Honor and Glory and it's 98% of the way through. It's only the last boss fight.
I'll start the story from here next time. Bravely I had fought and slain my enemies. Honor and glory were mine. though I fight until the desert sands themselves were red with blood, I could not bring back the dead. No. No.
The girl is unimportant. Give me the dagger, and I will give you power. Eternal life will be yours.
Live forever, and those I loved are dead and I to blame. I choose death.
Cutscene powers of climbing. It's me before the raid, yet I already have the dagger. I took the dagger back in time with me to before I got it. Very interesting.
Do not be afraid. This belongs to you.
The dagger of time. But it is locked away within my father's treasure vault. How?
Most people think time is like a river that flows swift and sure in one direction. But I have seen the face of time, and I can tell you, they are wrong. Time is an ocean in a storm. You may wonder who I am and why I say this. Sit down, and I will tell you the tale like none that you have ever heard. No further. I am, and that is why I have come.
It is the prince telling Farah the events of the game. At first it's presented like he's telling the player, like he's telling the story to the player what happened to him. But actually the reason the game is told in storyteller mode.
They will turn back.
A wild tale indeed. I have a simpler version. A Persian soldier, lusting for glory, entered the chambers of the Maharaja's daughter and was slain by me.
You have the opening, you have the first sword for this fight.
You flee.
But you also have the dagger. The dagger's kind of useless. This fight has unique mechanics compared to every other fight in the
I
game.
will handle this intruder.
You can't hit him. He's like got a magical barrier around him there. But he summons another vizier that you have to fight, who is one of the harder enemies. You fight him the same way that you actually fight the vizier from previous Prince of Persia games. Just wait for him to attack and then parry his attacks.
Stop this at once!
My lady, he came here to abduct you. Surely you do not believe.
He will betray you!
There's a fast way to do this, but I don't know what it is.
All will happen as I have foretold.
Whoa. His defense gets worse and worse the better, the more you fight. I killed one.
Your exertions are most amusing.
I want to know what evil vizier there was that has just created the standard for evil viziers. Wow. You have all of your sands so you can rewind.
Vizier, I have commanded you to stop. Do you disobey?
I've taken orders long enough from a senile fool and sniveling brat. Your father was a great warrior in his youth, or so he would have the world believe. But he, his son,
Dude,
doesn't
Don't tire yourself.
I thought I remember Perry's doing a lot more than they're doing. Maybe it's just to block and punish. Maybe you're supposed to whiff, make whiff and punish. Get bodied.
And so it ends. How will the Maharaja feel if he finds his only daughter slain by the son of his enemy?
Those are hard words,
Do you have any last words
but the fight's already over. He doesn't even attack from this point onward.
before I kill her? Words of love, perhaps?
Right.
I could have been immortal.
Then it's true. He was a traitor.
Take this. Return it to your father's treasure vault. Guard it well.
I owe you thanks. But why did you invent such a fantastic story? Do you think me a child, that I would believe such nonsense? I said I owe you thanks. You presume too much. Such a fantastic story. Do you think me a child, that I would believe such nonsense?
You're right. It was just a story.
Wait! I don't even know your name.
Just call me Kakulukia.
Hey. Ending of this game is kind of cool. I like it a lot. Fortunately, as we saw my wordplay, sense of that game actually undo literally all of the events in this game, even then. Even though the majority of events in this game have happened, won't happen. Now, the only thing that has happened, me preventing that invasion and telling Farah that bullshit, will also be undone. I feel like the third Prince of Persia game excellently ties up the series. Excuse me, the sixth. Dang, that was fun. Damn, Toxic scene is starting for first attack. I should go tune into that. I think I'm gonna cut this stream. Thanks for everyone who stuck around. I think GF Money was in here from start to finish. We're very close to it.